Hey, how you doing? Austin here. I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Wanted to give you guys a crypto market update. I wanted to come to you and just have an overall frank discussion with you about kind of the state of the union about cryptocurrency. If this is your first time to see me, welcome, and I hope you consider subscribing, become part of the community. We'd love to have you. That would be awesome. Also, I've got a Patreon group that you guys need to go check out. It is a really cool scenario over there that we've got developing. I've got 2 levels where you can come in, but both levels give you access to my Discord, my private Discord group, where you can get a ton of support from me as well as other people in the crypto market, and kind of not have to be alone in your crypto journey. Have a good collaborative discussion, a lot of input, and a lot of good tips and things about different cryptos that are out there, and a lot of that stuff. And so it's a really cool little community, as well as in my Patreon group, you get access to my portfolio that I'm building, and you get to see everything I'm doing, the cryptos that I look at, the ones that I like, the ones that I don't like, etc. So if that's of interest to you, go check it out. There's a link below. All right, so let's talk about the overall crypto market. The overall crypto market is continuing to do really what I said it would continue to do. It is flat and really not going to really do anything, in my opinion, for the foreseeable future. Definitely for the next 2 or 3 days, as the United States heads into the July 4th holiday. At least, from how much the United States and the North Americas can impact the overall crypto market, which definitely can, as well as kind of the rest of the globe can impact it as well. But my point to you is that I firmly believe that we will continue to kind of see these flat prices in the overall crypto market continue, and continue into probably, I don't know, maybe the 9th, 10th or so or more of July as well. I think that there's just a lot of other things on people's minds. And it feels like the money has left the proverbial building, and it feels kind of like everybody is distracted, at least here in the United States. At least that's kind of my impression, right? And so I fully expect that to kind of continue. Now we might get some blips here and there, up and things like that. But I think overall we'll continue to kind of have this kind of down pressure a little bit. Bitcoin down 3%. Let's take a look at the shorting action. I'm assuming it's about the same. Let me refresh this to see kind of where we're at. Look at that. They're all zeros. That's very interesting. 28, 40, 50,000, and 33,000. So literally Bitcoin is flat. It is not up or down. And the overall shorts have backed off dramatically from that peak of 25,000 or so back around, June 25. Okay. So, and as that pressure, the red line, you see it, as that pressure eased off, you can see how that dot, and let me move it up for you a little bit. See how that dot is moving as I move across. It's moving on the red. It's also moving on the white. So as that pressure eased off, as that short selling pressure eased off on Bitcoin kind of continued to rise a little bit and got a nice little move up from its lows of 31,000 and moved up to 34 and change. Okay, so that's good news, right? And so I'm kind of taking it as such. So we don't have a lot of short selling pressure on Bitcoin. Overall, Bitcoin will continue, I think, to kind of do its thing. I think we're stuck here a little bit again for that next 5, 7, maybe 10 days, maybe a little bit more in that. And frankly, where Bitcoin and Ethereum go, I've said this, I'm on record. Everybody else kind of tends to follow. So if Bitcoin and Ethereum are flat and not really doing anything, then everything else does. Like, look, this kind of proves my point. Look, if you look over here on the last 7-day chart, you've got, see how this chart is just kind of started right here at the last little bit where my cursor is, just kind of started kind of moving sideways. So Bitcoin's doing that. Ethereum had a little minor movement up, but it still is effectively moving sideways. But look, the same thing's happening to Dogecoin, XRP. Let's see, Polkadot. Kind of, we've got some movement up and down right here, but still moving sideways. Uniswap thing, but the charts all look the same is really my point. Okay. Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, but look, they almost all look identical. See, look at them. Polygon sideways, Theta, same kind of thing. Ethereum Classic, ETC, ICP, Stellar, and to me, I kind of look at this. This is a positive in the capacity that it is what it is. It's not going to change. This is a positive. It's pretty straightforward and pretty easy to follow. If the overall market is kind of flat, then from what I mean by that is Bitcoin, Ethereum, then everything else kind of is. If it's up, it's up. If it's down, it's down. And that's kind of what I really like. If we get some down red days, like where Bitcoin and Ethereum are dropping 5, 7, 8% on a given day, 24-hour period, I mean, that starts to look like buying opportunities, right? I mean, it certainly does. Okay, so continuing. Cardano is, again, flat, kind of where it's at. I'm a huge fan of Cardano. Bought some the other day, so that's one that I'm really into. Dogecoin, obviously, I own Doge as well. I like Doge. I've got a video coming for you today on XRP. There's some stuff moving around for them, so keep an eye on them. I think that they're about to start making some interesting moves. Okay, so if you haven't already done so, just keep an eye out for that one, and check back later today, and you'll see that one. Litecoin, definitely think that Litecoin is going to continue to do its thing. I'm a fan of Litecoin. Don't own any Litecoin right now, but thinking about picking some up as well. And you kind of look at Solana. Everything's kind of making a nice move. Let's take a look real quickly at the Dogecoin chart. So let me get rid of that green circle so you can see. Now Dogecoin, wow, had a massive spike. Let me move this real quickly for you. Dogecoin had a massive spike overnight. Look at that green candle. That's pretty crazy. So it went from 23, well, spiked to 26. It looks massive right on that, but it went from 23.88 all the way up to the top of the wick, went up to 26.16, and then immediately gave back a lot of it, and that's kind of what we're seeing there. So that's an interesting, pretty major spike that played out there. Let's take a look at Shiba, since I know everybody is very much paying attention to Shiba right now, including me. Shiba is down 7.2. It's kind of sitting at 8283. So let me get rid of this circle right here so you can kind of see this. SHIB looks like we broke below our support level overnight in the last 4 or 5 hours. So I went to bed around 11 o'clock Dallas time, and as of the making of this video, it's about 5 a.m. when I'm making this video. You can kind of see that we can kind of continue to kind of again move sideways, right? And I see that's what I'm seeing right here. This whole movement right here is a kind of a sideways channel pattern, and I fully expect it to either to really probably hang out here the rest of the day. Each one of these candlesticks represents 1 hour worth of trading volume. We'll see how that continues to play out. Okay, so back to the overall crypto market conditions. I think if we continue to kind of trend down, right now everything is kind of going sideways. But if we do start to see prices start to turn lower, I definitely think it's time to go shopping. It's definitely time to go, pick up some additional buys, maybe pick your price points on some, and if it hits those price points, then definitely pick up some additional cryptocurrency buys. Like I'm looking at Theta. I definitely kind of my buddy Zach Humphreys likes Theta and T-Fuel. I don't own any VeChain anymore. I've sold out of it. I'm thinking about getting back into VeChain. I kind of like it to go just a little bit lower. Kind of if you're looking at the last 7 days, it's up 8%. So it's flat, right? From really from the 7 day to the 24 hour. It's about up 5% overall in the last 7 days, give or take. In general, is my point. So some others that I'm kind of looking at that I'm kind of checking on is where was one? I do like Algo. Terra Luna I'm looking into. Atom I'm looking into. These are some that I think are very interesting and continue to kind of catch my interest. BitTorrent, I mean, obviously we all know who BitTorrent is. BTT is very interesting. But I'm going to look at that from an overall, do I think whether it has good price movement or not. At that price point, I mean, you could throw 50, 100 bucks at it and have quite a few torrent tokens in that scenario. Zcash is one that is pretty cool, the utility around them. So I definitely think you might ought to check those guys out. I have bought and owned some chilies now. I love the use case around there, around them. Sports related, fan related, sports related. Crypto plays very interesting. So Telcoin's interesting, and those are some others that I think. So overall, crypto market update again, guys. I definitely think we're going to continue to see this trend. Okay, it is kind of what it is, and so stay tuned. I'll be around, and I appreciate your time. And have a good day. Take it easy. Bye.